Hi everyone, this video is for people that are thinking about transitioning to Web3 in 2024. By the end of this video you will have a clear understanding whether you want to continue pursuing and exploring the career in this space or you should pass. My name is Nicolai and I've been working in Web3 for around 2 years, and I've been doing a lot of stuff in around Web3 BD, Web3 sales, Web3 partnerships, and I made this channel to help Web3 salespeople to do better jobs and excel in their positions. That's why having a career and switching through careers and making different career choices is super important for the sales career, and I want to make this video more inclusive for everybody on the job market right now, to see whether the Web3 overall makes sense for you, and then we can dive deeper in the Web3 sales. So, the things that I've learned in the Web3 are very, very simple. It's like 10 main things. The first one is that it's a unique career. And it's unique because the whole Web3 is basically a Wild West with periods of the gold rush. Everything is the same. There is endless opportunities. There is less regulations, less laws. You can do more stuff. There is more gray areas, and you can achieve overall more stuff. The projects, the ideas, the people that you're going to be working with, it's going to be the Wild West with the periods of gold rush. This is what you need to expect in your career. Read more about those historical periods, what was happening during them, how did they start it, how did they end it, and you will have a clear understanding where this industry can go and what's happening in it right now. Second one is 95% of projects are startups. And if you want to be working in Web3, then you're going to be working most probably for a startup. And if you're working in a sales or marketing world or whatever, you're also going to be working with startups. So you're going to be interacting your day-to-day, majority with pre-seed, seed, Series A startups that are just exploring the idea. Majority of them will fail, and that's just the thing that you need to embrace. Then the next thing is that remote work is the preferred way to work here. Some companies, they prefer to have people on site or in a hybrid mode, but the thing in Web3 is that everybody's hiring globally, and if there is a talent, like a very good talented engineer somewhere in Nigeria or I don't know, in Mongolia or like in US, it doesn't matter, the job and the position will get the candidate with the best skills and with the best CV. That's why it's important for you to go and to know that you're going to be competing with the whole globe, and if you're going to get the job, then you're probably going to get it remotely, or there's going to be a remote option, and going to office is a good plus, but it's not mandatory for sure, because majority of projects, there is a lot of projects that are basically working at one person works from one country, second person from another country, and the only thing that they're united with is the business idea and business opportunity. Next thing, impact over being busy. It's a very, a very good karma industry. If you do the bad stuff, you get the karma response very, very fast. It has very fast karma. If you immediately understand that you are doing stuff in the wrong way, because you won't see any results. And the result here is crucial and vital, and you're going to be only judged by the impact that you're creating on the business, on yourself, on moving the business forward, or doing your job, or on the project, etc., etc. Being busy here won't work, because it's very easy to spot people that just pretend to be busy, that just fill their time with work that doesn't bring any kind of results, and typically those people are laid off. Situation can change even a few times per day. It's a very, very fast industry, very fast. And when I tell very fast, is that everything changes. Like, it's not only the markets change, where different cryptocurrencies, they can go up, they can go down. One thing can start somewhere, and then just basically a domino effect. It will impact you and your industry, your company. There's a lot of things that are happening here right now, and you need to expect that something can happen, that you need to adapt and adjust to the new situation very fast. In traditional industries, in traditional IT, everything is way slower. There is way more regulation, way more stability, way more basically, it just feels even different. Like, IT already feels like something solid, like a rock. And Web3 for me, like personally, it feels like an air, like a wind. It can go left, right, up, down. It can go harder or to just go softer. Like, it really depends on the situation. So you need to be very flexible, because you're going to be working in a flexible environment. If you're not able to adapt, or you do not want, or you do not like to adapt to a lot of stuff, then maybe this is not the best choice for you. Basically, each of these points that I'm listing to you, it can be used as a pro, and it can also be used as a con. It depends on who you are. It depends on your personality, because your personal values, the six point, your personal values will determine your level of happiness. This is the most important thing that I learned. there are your personal values and there are external values that are ruled on in the industry. And it's primarily two main emotions. It's fear and greed. If you are going along with them, with the fear and with the greed, you're gonna get hard time at least concentrating in the job, because you're gonna be constantly manipulated or inflated by the external states. Your internal emotions are super important, and if you personally enjoy and your qualities, stuff that you really value and you're ready to fight for, if they are dealing with ambiguity, you like scale, you like growth, you like high risk, high reward, if you like all of this stuff, if you like to move fast, get a lot of ownership, create a lot of impact, then this industry is a good pick for you. But if you more on the stability side, more on the let's make money here, let's get more stable, let's think about let's project the revenue there, probably this is not the best industry for you, because like if you have a family that is dependent on you as a person that brings the income home and feeds the family, and then you're working in the industry where everything can just pop tomorrow and then it's disappear, it's gone, probably you want to have some kind of a second option, or you want to be in a place that gives you more stability, more basically where you can control more. But this industry is perfect for young guys and girls that want to come here and basically do everything what it takes, because a lot of stuff is still open. There is a lot of niches that are available to take, and if you are taking them, you have a very good project idea, or you basically have a very good skill set, you're going to be a valuable asset to any company, or you're going to be a valuable asset to the whole industry overall. Next thing about Web3 is that time compounds in this industry, and like not in other industries. Basically, the longer you stay here and the longer you survive, the better it is for you. And by the long, I mean like even a couple of years. Even a couple of years staying in Web3 is still very good for you, because the more you stay in the industry, the more connections you have, the more stuff you know, the more skills you have, the better you understand how business is doing here, and the better you can see patterns that happened in the past, and then you can project them in the future to know how to, where to put yourself overall in the environment. This is super important. Whether you're starting to post content, do anything, build a project, start networking with the venture capitalists, basically build your professional network. The longer you stay here, the longer people see your face, the longer you go on different events, the longer you build different networks, it's better for you, because this is the only thing that will help you basically jump in your career, not just by one steps, by multiple steps, because you are there and you are proving that you are loyal to the industry, and it's typically rewarded by people because they see you as an expert and as a professional. Your circle and community, they almost have a decisive impact on you. It's true. This is high tech, blockchain, decentralized future and blah, 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 blah. But still, having these interpersonal connections, handshakes, these in-personal meetings, it's crucial. When you go on different Web3 conferences or different Web3 events, this is the place where people do majority of their business done, like agreements, basically prospecting, meeting new people, doing more stuff together, making some partnerships. This is crucial, and if you don't have a very good network, then you probably don't have a very good chance at attracting opportunities. And if you do have a network of good friends, colleagues, and everybody that is willing to help you, then it's way easier for you to grow. Basically works in any industry, but there is a specific, there is additional in Web3. In Web3 it's like almost an OP strategy. The whole Web3 is not certain and it's risky, but it can be fun, it can be frustrating, uplifting and unique. That's for sure what this industry is, and it filters out people by their values, but their likes. You would immediately feel if this is something for you, and if it's not something for you, better not to go here, because you're not gonna feel well. If you are used to other things, if you have seen how everything worked out for you in the previous industry or in the previous workplace, and you kind of liked it and you want to replicate it, and you're thinking about finding something else like this in Web3, you probably don't have a very good chance in finding this, just because there is this industry, this Wild West and gold rush. It attracts certain type of people with certain type of beliefs, views on life, and their personal qualities. And if you are not one of them, or if you do not share some of these values, if they do not resonate with you, then you probably will have a very hard time acclimatizing yourself in this industry. So think about this twice. If nothing of the above resonates with you and you view most of these sentences as a big minus or a big no, then it's a big no for you in the industry. Then the most important thing that there is a lot of manipulation in this industry. The technology, there is a technology aspect and there is the currency aspect. And the currency aspect is going up and down, and it's manipulated by larger players in like any token. Anything can go up 100x or down to zero in any moment. And the tech aspect, it's not relatable, like it doesn't matter. The Ethereum was just as it is right now, but then tomorrow is up 10% and you don't understand what's going on. This bull market and bear market, they have very high impact on what's going on in the industry, and overall this can kill the industry. This high manipulation and going up or down, this can kill the industry and go it to zero, or this can help the industry to grow. Maybe this is just the period of where we are maturing. This is this thing of the Wild West, when everything is going to be regulated. Yes, the industry is going to be less exciting, more people will leave it, but there's going to be more opportunities created, more business practices, because the technology is still here. Technology is good, and technology can change a lot of stuff that's working in the world. So if you want to be in this high-tech industry and AI is not interesting for you, you do not want to try the generative AI, or it seems too obvious to you and you want to try something new like Web3, which gives you the decentralization, which is not here, by the way. Basically, everything that we are building in Web3, everything that functions, is because we want to create this future for the future, where it's decentralized, when you have ownership over your data, over your items, over your internet activity, over this sort of stuff. Right now, it's not working, but we are all working to make this happen until somebody finally does this. Somebody like a Bitcoin, that something is going to be decentralized and is going to be popular, and then the whole industry jumps. If it's not going to happen, then probably the industry just going to be like this in a couple of years. If something's going to be, if there's going to be a good breakthrough and we're going to survive and everything's going to be fine, the industry will have a second breath based on the technology. And if we eliminate this go up and down, right now it's serving a very good thing because it's getting a lot of attention from people. Probably you heard a lot about these bull run cycles from Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other, etc., etc. It attracts a lot of attention from normal people that are somewhere there building and living, and they just hear the thing about cryptocurrency. But actually, if we get the technology aspect done, and if there's somebody that actually does this thing about onboarding other people into Web3, making it more usable by other technologies, helping other companies integrate it, that it's not just an NFT and an image, but there's actually a good thing. Every project and every startup in the Web3, I believe, is working to achieve that vision. And if you're ready to go there and help them, and you have your skill set and you want to go into Web3 because this is interesting for you, you feel excited. A lot of people talk about going to the rabbit hole. And by the rabbit hole, they mean when they hear about Web3, and for them is, just like a new whole world opened up. They start digging down into it, and it's way more interesting for them. So if you feel this rabbit hole, if everything that is mentioned here is interesting for you, then go for it. This is probably a good shot for you. And when we're talking about getting shots, is that you also need to understand, because there are bear markets and bull markets, it impacts not only the Bitcoin price, but it also impacts the job market. So in the bull market, you have shortage of jobs because everybody's building. Sometimes, it's controversial. There is a lot of, because everybody's in the bull market, everybody starts doing and building the project, so they always need people. And so there's always going to be an opportunity for you in the bull market. But the good ones, they're going to be taken, because there's going to be so many candidates that are applying for good positions for reputable companies that they're going to basically be able to choose whoever they want. And the chances that you get the position there is less than if you apply in the bear market, because in the bear market, there is a shortage of candidates. The industry is not that sexy, and people are not coming into this, because even think about the whole 2023, it was going downwards, and the people were even leaving from Web3 going to Web2, because some of them, they missed this stability, they needed this stability, and they were moving into other industries. Second thing is that in the bull market, candidates, they prefer more token, because if you get more token allocation, then in the future you can sell this token and you can make more. It's kind of like having the options in the company or shares. But in the bear market, Founders, they prefer to give more tokens and get less cash. So it changes. You either get more tokens. In the bull market, you want more tokens because you can gain more and you want less cash. In the bear markets, you want more cash because you want to survive, because it's like economical crisis and downturn, and you want less tokens. And it basically switches. So you need to understand, look at the situation where we are at right now. Right now, we're somewhere in very ambiguous stage where it's not a bear market already, but it's also not a bull market. So it's hard to say for me what's actually happening right now. But I think that the situation will clear out in 2-3 months, and you're actually going to see, are we going up or are we going down? If we're going down, then follow the bear market rules here. In the bull market, it's easier to get hired, and in the bear market, it's overall harder to get hired. So it's important aspect to understand, because you need to align if you're already in the position and you wanna leave, then you need to understand, okay, so how do I get a position here? Like the timing is actually there, because if you leave your position and then it's a bear market on the streets and there is a lot of blood and everybody just cutting off on their budget, then the chances, the probability that even if you are a very good professional, that you're gonna get the that you're gonna get the job, they're less. Next thing, what are type of the jobs that you can get? First one is technical and second one is non-technical. Pretty straightforward. Technical is different engineers. If you're a good blockchain engineer, I think you can get hired at any circumstances, at any market conditions, it doesn't matter. If you have the skill, basically it will feed you for life. For non-technical, it's the same thing. Sales, marketing, product operations. It's a bit harder because in the bear market, there's going to be less demand for sales, for marketing, because what I know about sales, because I've been working here, it's really challenging because everybody's cutting on budget, and if you don't have a product market fit, then you have a tough time selling. Then about the marketing, that in the bear market, the cost of acquisition per customer gets very, very high, and the impact that you get from this customer, the results are not that great. So it's easier to do a lot of cheap marketing when there is a bull market, and everybody needs marketers then. But it's typically too late. So you need to build out very good foundation during the bear market, so you have a very nice shot at jumping in the bull market. About product operations, people are always hiring, but it's harder to get a position in the non-technical than in technical, because in non-technical you need to show the skill, you need to go and apply. There is additional homework that you need to do to show that you're a good candidate, that you have good transferable experience, that you understand the industry, and that you can actually do good and propel in the job. What's also important to understand is that if you're transitioning from any other industry into Web3, the foundation is going to be transferable, the foundation of your key values. So for example, if we're talking in the context of sales, what's the most important thing in sales? In sales is the most important thing that you go and you prospect daily and you get the results. So you're doing the prospecting, that you're closing people, and that business grows. That's the main thing. This thing gonna remain the same, but the business practices are gonna be non-transferable. Because if you're used to do the sales in the Web2 way, when you go, the email marketing is working for you, you sit a lot on the phones, you get people on LinkedIn, this and that. In Web3, some of this stuff won't work. You might probably gonna want to go into Twitter, into Telegram, start messaging there, exploring new strategies. The core basic idea of what you're going to be doing is going to be the same, but the methods, they're going to be different, and you need to learn them if you don't know them. That's the thing, and it can take you a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Depends on you, depends on your position, your experience, your expertise, and this and that. And the second important thing is that the personal business or the personal project is always an option. You can always do something in Web3 just because there is so many different empty niches, so many different stuff that you can do. Like this was my idea. Like I wanted to go and talk with Web3 BDs and Web3 people, and I was curious, like why nobody's doing the content about Web3 sales. And for me, it was like a big question. Like there is such a big industry. There is around 3,000 to 5,000 different Web3 sales and BD guys that are directly working in the industry right now. Why none of them started sharing more information? What is he doing in his job? What's giving him results? So everybody can replicate and they can get more results, and everybody's happy because my channel grows and everybody's getting results and they're getting their friends, and then my channel grows even more, and then I can get more impact, I can talk with more people, I can get more influence, and then the people that are working with me and they're learning from me, they're getting results, they're sharing more ideas, they're becoming better selves. Why is nobody doing this? Well, that's the question, because there is a lot of things like this in Web3 right now where you can go there and start doing something, getting results, and if you're passionate, if it's interesting for you, you can monetize this pretty quickly. Monetize on the audience, monetize your knowledge, monetize your experience, help people grow, help people get more impact, make value, and people will pay you, because that's basically how everything works. So, home training. In every video we do this last section, what you can do right now. So it's not just a very good information dump on you, but it's also actionable. So the first thing, just by watching this video, how do you feel about Web3? Don't write it in the comments, just think about this for yourself. How do you feel? Does it feel like yes, something very positive, or something unsure, something negative, something that you don't want to be associated with? Because that's gonna impact you. This is basically your inner self telling you if you like this or you don't like this. Every point that I mentioned in the beginning of those 10, they can be tracked positively, and they can also be perceived negatively. The way you perceive them is through your values. If your values align and if you like them, you're gonna do good in the industry. If not, then not. If you want to pursue Web3 sales, I'd recommend you to join my channel and watch every video that I have, because there's going to be a lot of insights for you, which will help you not learn this by doing, but actually just watch all the videos, and you're going to have all the information updated. I made a specific course called Web3 Sales Foundational to Mastery, which I'm going to link down here, which you're going to see above and also below in the comments, that you can start watching about how do you transition into Web3. And subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends that's in your workplace if they're also thinking about Web3, to explore this industry. Maybe this will help them to make a better decision, and shed a light on some things. And also we are having a Web3 Sales Telegram channel. It's basically a community for Web3 salespeople that want to go and grow in the career, where we are chatting every day, where I'm sharing information. Other members are sharing different tips, questions, what's working, what's not working right now. So if you want to grow, and if you want to grow together, all the links are in the description waiting for you to join, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.